Sign up today for a 7-day free trial at alerts.chartguys.com. Hey everyone, checking in on the cryptocurrency space. It's been fairly slow recently as we continue to trade in this tightening range. We just had a battle down at 70.80, which was our daily high or low. Depending on what exchange you're looking at, it will vary, but we broke it by $5 on Coinbase. I certainly consider that a double bottom, and it's been a bit of a bot battle. What do I mean by a bot battle? Well, when you look on the hourly time frame and you see these wicks, it just tells me that there's a lot of bot activity. There's not a lot of retail trading going on. So the bulls defended that support, but I do need more bounce follow through if I'm going to be a believer that that daily high or low is set and that we're now going to be looking for a lower high compared to 7,659. If the bulls can get over 7,300, then we will be confident. We'll say our high or low is set. We'll then be looking at 76.59, but we can very easily stay within this tightening daily range through the weekend. If we get some bounce follow through and then set a little lower high and then a little higher low into the end of the weekend, perhaps the start of next week, that's what we're looking for. But I have to see a break of 7,300 first to be confident in this double bottom of support. A lot of other individual names have broken bearish already, and they're now trying to bounce after those bear breaks. So looking at ETH, it's a very clear daily downtrend. Lower highs and lower lows. Daily 12-period exponential resistance has rejected the price a half dozen times in the last 2 weeks. It's a nice bullish candle and some nice volume, but we know anything under 152 is just a lower high, and I have to see at least daily trend changes on these names in order to see a bullish shift in momentum. We certainly have not been bullish since mid-November, and we will watch for that to change, but bulls have a lot more work to do on some of these names comparative to others. ETH BTC, building a base of support, trying to shift momentum. If we do see a break here of 2021, as far as I'm concerned, that's essentially a triple bottom and then a break of resistance. That's enough for me to say that our weekly high or low is likely set. So look at how similar this weekly equilibrium looks to the daily equilibrium for Bitcoin. Pretty much the same thing we're watching for. Has our high or low been set? We're on the verge of being confident that that is the case. And then we'll watch resistance of 2182. Entirely possible to stay within this pattern for another 2 to 4 weeks still. But this is going to be one to be watching. This is what we're watching to see. Should we be playing Bitcoin or Ethereum if we are looking bullish? And right now it's Bitcoin. As long as this pattern is intact, we have to break bullish for me to then shift my bullish focus and my bullish trades to ETH over BTC. Litecoin on the daily chart, also the lower high and lower low. 42.70 was the low here, so we just barely held 42.16 support. Anything under 46.54 is a daily lower high, keeping the downtrend intact. And again, we have this nice visual guide of these exponential moving average resistances, which have been rejecting the price for a couple weeks. We know if we don't get over exponential resistances, the bulls aren't going anywhere. So that is what we're watching the next few days. LTC, BTC, daily chart is just trading sideways at this point, trying to level out. If we look at it from the weekly perspective, we have already dropped to a weekly lower low. Not significantly. Pretty much the bulls must show up here. And from there, anything under 74.74 would just be a weekly lower high. XRP USD. So it had the double top, and bears had a nice top fishing entry there, but it is a lot further above support. So we're not at risk of breaking support like we've seen on those other names. Double top, we're looking for the higher low here at 21.7. If the bulls get a bit more follow through, that higher low will be confident. 234 is the resistance level, and you better believe a decent amount of shorts will cover and a decent amount of bulls will go long if that double top of resistance is able to break sometime in the next week or two. So even though I have been bearish XRP because it was one of the weakest names on the way down, there will be a bullish opportunity if we see ideally Bitcoin break its equilibrium bullish, and I would expect that XRP would likely see a greater percentage bull break if it breaks this double top in unison with Bitcoin. Binance, same weakness, lower high, lower low, exponential resistance. Anything under 1580 is just a lower high. And actually, I would use 1588 as our lower high level. And just trying to cling on to our low. But if we just set another daily lower high, and if we can't get over daily exponential resistances, the bears keep their complete control. Link USD. So Link is looking for a daily higher low to try and form. We have our low of $2, higher low 202. but for this to be meaningful, we would have to get back over 230 for the inverse Head and Shoulders reversal attempt. This would be the left shoulder. That is not a good line. So it would be the left shoulder, the head, and we have to form the right shoulder here and break this resistance of 230 and 237. Both of those levels have to break for the clear shift to be on. Matic. So Matic had a huge dump. What was the reason for the dump? People say it was the team, the insiders. There's been a lot of drama going on. You know, was it the insiders? They're saying it's not. Binance is saying it's not. Can we trust Binance? The team seemed like they knew some downward pressure was coming and they tried to tell exchanges to eliminate. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why we dumped, but if you remember on the way up, I was saying this is good for the crypto space. It's adding some confidence. We have a sustained uptrend. This is as bad for the crypto space as you can possibly see. To see a 70% drop out of nowhere with no real fundamental reason, talk about distrust for the sector, it's not going to be a good thing. So a huge dump giving back the entire bull move. We had a 4-hour equilibrium form. The 4-hour equilibrium broke bearish under 162. We did have a nice 100% bounce off the low, but again, bears still have this 4-hour lower high pattern in their favor right now. Support is 151, and if that breaks, we're looking at 1-1 the bottom. Have to see a 4-hour trend change for the bulls to do anything, but could be off of the bull list for quite some time after losing everybody's trust. Hopefully people had stop losses in and weren't burned. We were looking a little bit toppy the last video that we did cover Matic, but certainly could not have anticipated this kind of dump. So overall, it's nice if you're short and you made a bunch of money, but not good for the cryptocurrency space as a whole. So we'll continue to remain patient. We'll see if Bitcoin can get over 7,300 into tomorrow. If we get the bear break, we're looking back down at 65.26, and the bears will continue to have their complete control. I am continuing to sit on the sidelines and patiently wait, sitting on my hands. And we'll check back in once we get a little bit more development. Have a good rest of your day, and hope you're well. Do good things.